Greetings, YouTube. You are currently staring at my arch nemesis in Alliance War. This is by far the most common champion that I see as a boss war, or Alliance War boss, I should say, in Alliance War in the top tiers that I fight in, and I'm in. It's tier 3 or tier 4. I'm always confused by the new season rankings. But basically, I'm in the top 1% of alliances for Alliance War. That's not a humble brag, trust me. It's where I'm at. So, Medusa is such a pain to fight. She is the OG. She has replaced Magic as the new go-to boss. Or, if you don't want to put Medusa there, you put her on, it's either node 42 or node 24. I always mix up those numbers. But basically, it's the hardest node in the expert bracket of Alliance War that gets regeneration and just wrecks so many people. And you put your rank 5 Medusa on that node, and you're going to get so many kills that you might be arrested for mass assassination. So, Medusa sucks to fight, and the main reason why she sucks to fight is because of her Living Strands ability. Now, when I'm fighting Medusa in the arena, she's not that bad because Living Strands just basically turns into an auto block, kind of like MODOK, but she doesn't have the super aggressive AI that immediately wrecks me. However, when I'm fighting an Alliance War boss, Medusa not only does the auto block, but she's so aggressive, she immediately either does like a special 1 or a special 2, or even just a hit combo. She's so boosted, she's so buffed on that boss node that I'm dead. And the only real solution I feel like I have is to just wait out the timer for the Living Strands to expire, but that's a really freaking slow timer, and so chances are if I do that, even if I survive, I'm going to time out and still give them the kill because a timeout is the equivalent of a kill in Alliance War. So we have a solution to this, and that solution is the old OG MVP in attack. And when we go to the Mystic class, we will see a champion that is still one of my favorite champions, a champion that I use for Alliance Quest Attack Map 5, especially because I'm on a power gain nodes and a cosmic path where I fight people like Groot and Venom and Sentinels. I almost said symbioids. I Freudian slip because I really do miss fighting symbioids. But, last year, if you're new to the game, you have no idea that this happened. So let me give you a quick history lesson, despite the fact that I'm a multimedia journalism professor and not a history professor. Scarlet Witch used to be the best champion in the game. Was she a cheat code? Absolutely. She was like the Super Nintendo hold select, XYBA, blah, blah. Those of you who played Super Nintendo and are old like myself remember how it seemed like every video game, including Yoshi's Island, had the same cheat code. Anyhow, back to the present. She used to, before she was nerfed, be an infinite power gain, regeneration, nullify, stun lock. She could beat anybody that you could actually stun. Now, if they weren't stunnable, not as easy. But still, even now, after the patch 12.0 nerf, which came out last March, I believe, she still is in the god tier. And she can nullify Medusa's Living Strands. This is why I'm bringing her up. Well, last year, she was somebody that Kabam at the time refused to release as a 5-star because, quite simply put, she was already so powerful as a 4-star even after the nerf that it didn't seem like a good idea because she would once again be too powerful. But keep in mind what we've seen in the game since March. We have now seen a 5-star version of Blade, Stark Spidey, Ghost Rider, Medusa, even champions like Iceman and Archangel, Gwenpool, all of these top-tier, god-tier champs that have eclipsed Scarlet Witch as more powerful in the game with more health and more attack and more critical rating. So the argument back in 2017 that Kabam had for not giving Scarlet Witch a 5-star has gone away in my book. I think that she would not be the most powerful champ in the game as a 5-star. She would just be right up there with those other god tier champs that I just announced. But most importantly, a 5-star Scarlet Witch would give the average player the opportunity to actually bring that champion into a top tier Alliance War quest. And therefore, when you got to the inevitable boss for Medusa, even if she was rank 5-star champion, you would have the health and the attack needed to nullify her Living Strands and have a great counter. So you don't need to nerf Medusa. You don't need to come out with a new champion that does that. We already have a champion in Scarlet Witch. She's just been held to a 4-star. And yes, she's still very powerful, especially with damage and critical hits, but her health and her attack, but especially let's just focus on health for a second, is so low that if you make a mistake, you're instantly dead. 4 stars just aren't feasible when you get to the very, very top of Alliance War attack. So I don't know if this video holds any weight. Hell, I don't know if my YouTube channel has any weight whatsoever in the MCOC community when it comes to Kabam feedback. I have been emailing Kabam in the forums for months, and I have yet to receive any substantial feedback. And so if it's you that's always frustrated that they're not responding to you, hey, you can join the club and get on my bandwagon because Kabam just doesn't want to talk to me, I guess. I'm just not the most appealing candidate for their forum messages, I guess. But anyhow, my plea is to make this champion, whom I love dearly, eventually available as a 5-star. I don't expect them to do what they did with, say, Daredevil Classic and skip the 5-star to give us a 6-star version. I do think a 6-star Scarlet Witch would probably be a little too powerful at the moment. They've done a good job with the 6-star champs of basically having Angela as the most powerful 6-star champ, and she's still technically demigod. And then, of course, we are eventually going to have the same problem that we're having with 5-stars, because if, say, the new Iron Man, for example, is truly a god-tier champ, then suddenly he will probably be the first unavoidable 6-star god-tier champ to pull. So you are going to have to, Kabam, think about putting some of these god-tier 5-stars eventually into 6-stars, because your whole point of holding it back is going to be mute, because they're going to be new champions that are going to be in there anyways because of the featured crystals that you're trying to make plenty of money on. So I basically wanted to make this video just saying I think it's time that the 5-star Scarlet Witch came into the game. I think she would be a perfect counter to that ever so annoying Medusa boss at the end of the map, of the top tiers especially, of Alliance War. But I want to know what you think, as always. Do you think I'm crazy for saying this? Do you think she's just powerful enough as a 4-star, or are you ready to get on this train of mine to a better tomorrow so that we don't absolutely just get wrecked with the living strands? Or maybe you're going to comment below and say, bro, just bring in this champion and they'll do the exact same. And I'll be like, well, you know what, you have a really good point. Thanks for that comment. Anyhow, no matter what, thanks for watching this video. Hopefully I've made some sense and you understand my argument and can comment below and let me know your own argument of your support, or maybe your counter to why you think my argument is not so great. No matter what, thanks for watching, YouTube.